Are you tired of feeling like you're always at the mercy of other people's priorities? Do you find yourself constantly overlooked or undervalued in your personal or professional life? If so, you're not alone. We've all experienced the frustration of being sidelined, of feeling like we're not getting the recognition or respect we deserve. But what if I told you there was a way to change that? What if I told you that the key to gaining priority in the eyes of others lies in ancient wisdom, specifically the teachings of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus? In this video, we'll explore how applying these timeless principles can transform your life and ensure that you're given the priority you deserve. And stick around until the end of this video, because I'll be revealing the most powerful secret to gaining priority in your life. Ready to dive deep into the boundless reservoir of Stoic Mastery? Don't miss out. Smash that subscribe button right now to access the eternal wisdom of the Stoics. Get set to be engulfed in the profound depths of Stoic wisdom like never before. Number 1, make them worry about not having you around. Imagine this scenario. You're always the first to respond to texts, the one who's always available for plans, always ready to drop everything for anyone who needs you. Sounds familiar? It's like you're the on-call superhero of your social circle, right? But here's the catch. When you're always available, when you're constantly at everyone's beck and call, you inadvertently diminish your own value. People start to take you for granted. They assume you'll always be there, so they don't feel the need to prioritize you. It's like you're always on standby, waiting to be summoned, but never truly appreciated for who you are. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, warned against becoming too attached to external things, including people's opinions of us. He believed that true freedom comes from within, from mastering our own thoughts and actions rather than seeking validation from others. By constantly seeking approval and validation from others, by always being available at their disposal, we give away our power. We become slaves to their whims, constantly bending over backward to please them, but never truly standing firm in our own worth. So how do we break free from this cycle? How do we reclaim our value and make others see us in a new light? It starts by creating a healthy sense of boundaries. It means learning to say no when necessary, not out of selfishness, but out of self-respect. It means valuing your own time and priorities as much as you value others. By setting boundaries and making yourself less readily available, you create a sense of scarcity. Suddenly, you're no longer the easily accessible commodity. You're the prized possession that people fear losing. Number 2, avoid being always available. Let's face it, in today's hyper-connected world, we're all guilty of being a little too available at times. Whether it's constantly checking our phones, replying to emails at all hours, or saying yes to every invitation that comes our way, we've become accustomed to being constantly on call. But here's the thing, being always available not only drains our energy and time, but it also diminishes our value in the eyes of others. Think about it this way. If you were constantly bombarded with messages from someone, always knowing that they're just a text away, would you feel compelled to prioritize them? Probably not. In fact, you might subconsciously take them for granted, assuming that they'll always be there whenever you need them. And while it's great to be reliable and supportive, constantly being at someone's beck and call can actually backfire in the long run. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of self-mastery and inner strength. He believed that true freedom comes from within, from mastering our own desires and impulses. By constantly being available to others, by allowing them to dictate our time and attention, we relinquish that freedom. We become slaves to their demands, constantly seeking their approval and validation. So, how do we break free from this cycle? How do we reclaim our time and energy without alienating those around us? It starts by setting boundaries and prioritizing our own needs. It means learning to say no when necessary, not out of selfishness, but out of self-respect. It means recognizing that our time and energy are valuable resources that deserve to be protected. By setting boundaries and making ourselves less readily available, we not only reclaim our time and energy, but we also increase our value in the eyes of others. Suddenly, we're no longer the easily accessible commodity. We're the scarce resource that people fear losing. And by creating that sense of scarcity, we become more desirable, more attractive, and ultimately, more worthy of priority in the eyes of others. So the next time you feel tempted to drop everything for someone else, remember this: your time and energy are valuable commodities, and they deserve to be treated as such. By setting boundaries and prioritizing your own needs, you not only reclaim your power but also become someone worth prioritizing. And isn't that what we all strive for in the end? Number 3, keep a bit of secrecy. Imagine this: you're in a conversation with someone and they're sharing every detail of their life with you, from their morning routine to their deepest fears. It's like they're an open book with nothing left to discover. Now, while transparency and openness are valuable traits, there's something to be said about maintaining an air of mystery. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, believed in the power of self-control and moderation. He emphasized the importance of not revealing everything about ourselves to others, as it diminishes our sense of self and can lead to dependency on external validation. By maintaining some mystery, we keep others intrigued and interested in us. We become like a puzzle waiting to be solved, a mystery waiting to be unraveled. So, how do we maintain this sense of mystery without coming across as aloof or unapproachable? It starts by being selective about what we share with others. Instead of laying all our cards on the table, we hold back a bit, leaving room for curiosity and intrigue. We share just enough to keep the conversation flowing, but not so much that there's nothing left to discover. By maintaining a sense of mystery, we keep others engaged and invested in us, eager to uncover more about who we are and what makes us tick. Number 4, let them contribute to your life. Picture this: you're working on a project and someone offers to lend a hand. At first, you're hesitant to accept their help, worried that they won't do things the way you want them to. But then you realize something. By allowing them to contribute, by letting them invest their time and energy into the project, you're actually strengthening your bond with them. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, believed in the importance of mutual respect and cooperation. He emphasized the value of allowing others to contribute to our lives, not out of weakness, but out of a recognition of our shared humanity. By allowing others to invest in us, we create a sense of reciprocity and mutual benefit. We show them that their contributions are valued and appreciated, and in turn, they become more invested in our success and well-being. So, how do we allow others to invest in us without feeling like we're imposing on them? It starts by being open to receiving help and support when it's offered. Instead of trying to do everything ourselves, we humble ourselves and accept that we can't do it all alone. By allowing others to contribute, we not only lighten our own load, but also strengthen our relationships with them. We show them that we trust and value their abilities, and in doing so, we deepen our connection with them. By maintaining some mystery and allowing others to invest in us, we not only increase our value in the eyes of others, but also strengthen our relationships and connections with them. We become someone worth getting to know, someone worth investing in. And isn't that what we all want in the end? Number 5, put your needs first. Now let's talk about something crucial: prioritizing your own needs. It might sound counterintuitive when we're discussing gaining priority in the eyes of others, but trust me, it's essential. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, believed that true freedom comes from within, from mastering our own desires and impulses. By prioritizing our needs, we not only demonstrate self-respect, but also set a standard for how others should treat us. Think about it. If you're constantly putting everyone else's needs above your own, how can you expect them to prioritize you? It's like trying to fill a leaking bucket. No matter how much you give, it never feels like enough. By prioritizing your needs, you communicate to others that you value yourself and your time. You set boundaries and expectations, making it clear that you won't settle for being an afterthought. So, how do we prioritize our needs without feeling guilty or selfish? It starts by recognizing that self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Just like you wouldn't neglect to put gas in your car or charge your phone, you can't neglect your own well-being. Take the time to identify your needs and make them a priority in your life, whether it's setting aside time for hobbies, getting enough sleep, or saying no to things that drain your energy. Prioritize what's important to you. By taking care of yourself, you not only improve your own well-being, but also become someone worth prioritizing in the eyes of others. Number 6, don't revolve your life around them. Now, here's a rule that's often overlooked but incredibly important. Don't make others the center of your life. It's easy to fall into the trap of revolving your world around someone else, whether it's a friend, partner, or colleague. But the truth is, when you make someone else the center of your universe, you inadvertently give away your power. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, warned against becoming too attached to external things, including other people. He believed that true freedom comes from within, from mastering our own thoughts and actions. By making others the center of our lives, we become dependent on their approval and validation. We lose sight of our own goals and priorities, sacrificing our own happiness for the sake of theirs. So, how do we avoid making others the center of our lives without pushing them away? It starts by maintaining a healthy sense of independence and self-reliance. Instead of relying on others to fulfill us, we take responsibility for our own happiness and fulfillment. We pursue our own interests and passions, independent of what others think or do. By putting ourselves first and making our own happiness a priority, we not only reclaim our power, but also become more attractive and desirable in the eyes of others. By prioritizing your needs and not making others the center of your life, you not only improve your own well-being, but also become someone worth prioritizing in the eyes of others. You become a beacon of self-respect and independence, drawing others to you like moths to a flame. And isn't that what we all strive for? To be valued and respected for who we truly are? Number 7, don't always be the one to start conversations. Now here's a little nugget of wisdom that can make a big difference in how others perceive you. Stop initiating communication all the time. It might seem counterintuitive, especially in a world where constant communication is encouraged, but hear me out. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of self-control and moderation. He believed that true freedom comes from within, from mastering our own desires and impulses. By constantly initiating communication, we give away our power and appear needy or desperate for attention. Think about it. If you're always the one reaching out, always the one making plans, what message does that send to others? It suggests that you're always available, always at their beck and call, which can actually diminish your value in their eyes. Instead of being seen as a priority, you become just another option, easily overlooked or forgotten. So how do we break free from this cycle of constantly initiating communication? It starts by taking a step back and allowing others to come to us. Instead of always being the one to reach out, we wait for them to make the first move. This doesn't mean playing hard to get or ignoring people. It simply means giving others the opportunity to invest in the relationship. By stepping back and allowing others to initiate communication, we not only reclaim our power, but also become more desirable and intriguing in their eyes. We become like a rare gem, waiting to be discovered, rather than a common stone that's always in plain sight. And by allowing others to come to us, we create a sense of reciprocity and mutual respect, strengthening our relationships in the process. So, the next time you feel tempted to send that text or make that call, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, am I initiating communication out of genuine desire to connect, or am I seeking validation or attention? By being mindful of our motives and taking a step back, we not only regain control of our own time and energy, but also become someone worth prioritizing in the eyes of others. Number 8, crafting your own happiness. Now let's delve into a fundamental principle that can truly transform your relationships and how others prioritize you. Crafting your own happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking happiness from external sources, whether it's through relationships, achievements, or material possessions. But here's the truth. True happiness comes from within. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, believed in the power of self-mastery and inner strength. He emphasized that external circumstances are beyond our control, but how we choose to respond to them is within our power. By creating our own happiness, we become less dependent on others for validation and fulfillment. Think about it. If you're constantly seeking happiness from external sources, whether it's through the approval of others or the acquisition of material possessions, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. True happiness isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's a state of being that comes from within. So, how do we create our own happiness? It starts by cultivating a sense of gratitude and contentment for what we already have. Instead of constantly chasing after the next big thing, take a moment to appreciate the abundance that surrounds you. Practice mindfulness and focus on the present moment, rather than dwelling on past regrets or worrying about the future. Additionally, invest in activities and hobbies that bring you joy and fulfillment, independent of what others think or do. Whether it's painting, hiking, or simply spending time with loved ones, prioritize activities that nourish your soul and bring you happiness. By creating your own happiness, you not only improve your own well-being, but also become more attractive and desirable in the eyes of others. You become someone who radiates positivity and contentment, drawing others to you like a magnet. And by prioritizing your own happiness, you set a powerful example for others to follow, inspiring them to do the same in their own lives. So, the next time you find yourself seeking happiness from external sources, remember this: true happiness comes from within. By cultivating a sense of gratitude, investing in activities that bring you joy, and prioritizing your own well-being, you not only improve your own life, but also become someone worth prioritizing in the eyes of others. Number 9. Be ready to leave if needed. Now let's explore a principle that can be difficult but immensely powerful when it comes to gaining priority in your relationships: being willing to walk away. This might sound counterintuitive, especially when we're talking about building connections with others, but bear with me, it's essential. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of maintaining our inner freedom and autonomy. He believed that true strength comes from within, from mastering our own desires and impulses. By being willing to walk away, we assert our independence and demonstrate that we refuse to settle for anything less than we deserve. Think about it. If you're constantly bending over backward to please others, sacrificing your own needs and values in the process, what message does that send? It tells others that you're willing to accept whatever treatment they dish out, regardless of whether it's respectful or not. By being willing to walk away, you communicate that you have standards and boundaries, and you won't tolerate being treated poorly. So, how do we cultivate the willingness to walk away without burning bridges or damaging relationships? It starts by knowing your worth and refusing to compromise on your values. Set clear boundaries for how you expect to be treated, and don't be afraid to enforce them, even if it means walking away from a relationship or opportunity that no longer serves you. By being willing to walk away, you not only preserve your self-respect and dignity, but also become more attractive and desirable in the eyes of others. You become someone who commands respect and admiration, someone who refuses to settle for anything less than they deserve. And by asserting your independence and autonomy, you inspire others to do the same in their own lives. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're being mistreated or undervalued, remember this: you have the power to walk away. By refusing to tolerate disrespect or injustice, you not only improve your own life, but also become someone worth prioritizing in the eyes of others. And as we draw near to the end of this enlightening journey, remember this: the next video will uncover the secrets that wise Stoic masters would never reveal to the uninitiated. These hidden gems will fortify your mind and spirit, making you mentally stronger than ever before. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when the next video drops. And don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and insights. Together, let's continue to cultivate resilience and inner peace through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong.